Hello everybody, welcome back to the semifinals. This is going to be between Bozocow, actually the correct word there is me, but whatever, and 10th Wave playing as the Coalition. Give me a fun match here played on Kalash Teeth. This is 10th Wave's pick here. I didn't ban this one. Looking in hindsight, perhaps I should have. I think I banned Galzian territories. But, you know, the AAV rush is pretty insane on this map. I never am really a big fan of getting AAV rush to Galzian, so perhaps this would have been a good choice to ban. 10th Wave here playing as the Coalition, like I said. We'll see if he goes for that AAV rush, but he doesn't look like it so far. He's already put 4 on CUs. Normally you put 1 on RUs in order to get that tech rush in. He's going to run out here with his scanner, try and see what there is to see out there. I'm going to go for my typical, you know, sand skimmer aggression build here. And actually, 10th Wave did tell me, we played the first game just a little bit, and then he said, like, man, my UI is so bugged I can't pan, like, on the edge of the screen. I have to, like, use the arrow keys. And I was like, oh, that's kind of annoying. Do you want to restart? So he was like, sure. So he restarted his game and everything, but it didn't solve the problem for some reason. So he was just like, alright, we'll play like this. But it is kind of annoying. So he was unable to pan by moving like this on the screen here. Myself, I always use the middle mouse button to pan like this. But then there's a funny UI bug that happens sometimes where the middle mouse button gets replaced with the right mouse button, which of course rotates the screen. And it's like incredibly annoying. Sometimes the UI is a little bit odd in this game here. That's what I mean if you ever hear me cry out when I'm playing a game like, oh, the UI bug, that's what I'm talking about, is that I'm trying to pan my mouse, but instead it's just like, huh? And I'm like, oh my goodness. So I have to like hit the arrow keys here and try to move around like that. Players have different methods of panning the screen, I guess you could say. Mine is definitely to do this. Always has been. Just hit Alt and then box drag a unit, right? And it zooms in on it. No, this isn't Homeworld 1. That probe there, I cannot believe that probe survived. But anyway, Sand Skimmers is kind of chewing up the Space Runner right here. But yeah, I decided I would go for a little bit of a aggressive feint there, so I'd run up there with a couple of Sand Skimmers and then head back. But he did scout that with his probe, that's good on him. Refinery mode not on the way for me just yet. I'm getting railguns first because I'm worried about that AAV push. But it does not look like it's going to be the idea from 10th Wave here, at least not unless he's planning on attacking at like the 3.5 minute mark. So that's not really a worry of mine. I like how he picked up this artifact with his base runner, but he's going to lose that base runner. Actually, here he goes putting down a turret. That could be successful. Only got 2 sand skimmers here, and that's not enough to stop the turret. So you see I'm just immediately going to run away there with all my units. Very nearly killed that base runner, but not quite. But I know that I can stop it as it runs out in this direction. There's no opportunity for a turret to be dropped there either. AV fabrication is finished for him, railguns for me. That's always a comfortable spot to be in, and I am going to begin making some assault railguns. It's going to be nice for me. Refinery mode is on the way, but he is on 2 bases considerably before me here. So he will have the eco lead. Base runner just going to get sniped here. Kaboom. And I thought to myself, you know, I could actually get my base runner out like this, but that probably is going to be difficult. I didn't know at this point, but his carrier is here, so that would have been very difficult. But I am going to scout that out just to see if it's a possible route, but I see this AAV here. There's no way, so I'm just going to have to back away. Not gonna be able to get the base runner out that way. Could try to take this assault railgun here and make a little bit of a push, but it seems a little silly to try to escape with your base runner past your opponent's carrier, so... Assault Railgun is in the hood, ready to put some pressure down on these AAVs. Actually taking quite a lot more damage from it than I need to. Really need to get Armor 1 before I take this fight. Ooh, and I should really back away here as well. Base Runner heal going to come down and kind of save my bacon right there. Armor 1 now finished, so this Railgun here is going to be considerably more beefy against those AAVs. But yeah, that was very close to losing an Assault Railgun. I really should not have let it get that close, and I should really be backing away too. Ooh. I'll be fine here, but I was a little bit hairy the way that I played that one. and still taking quite a lot of damage. He's actually going to go down. Ugh. That's quite sloppy. I don't think it matters too much in the grand scheme of things, but I should not have lost that assault railgun. Armor 2 on the way for me though, so that's going to be just fine. And now I am indeed in the eco advantage here because I've continued to expand. My opponent really has not, so I'm going to be moving over here with my production cruiser, going to get onto 3 bases. AAVs look like they kind of want to punish, but there are assault railguns in the area. It's not going to really happen, I don't think. Missile ship fabrication on the way for me, just because you know I hate being tech switched into air. I don't know about these AAVs here, so I'm going to let them get rather close before I do anything about it. Looks like these 2 sand skimmers probably ought to scout it. Oh, it's almost like they knew where the vision bubbles are, though. Look at this. It's very narrowly avoiding detection here. I'm just now going to finally see them. I'm going to have to run back. A little bit of danger is that some units could get sniped right here. But I do have 2 heavy railguns finishing just now. This salvager here definitely not in the right position. 2 heavies are out. This will be enough to hold off these AAVs, but they are in actually a pretty nice position to try to kind of hold here. And might be a little bit difficult to weed them out if they were to, you know, hide behind these dunes with heavy railguns, that is. But they're not going to, so that'll be that. They will have to be pushed away. I'll be on 3 bases. My opponent as well actually going to be on 3 bases pretty soon. I'm on there just a little bit faster, so it looks like our eco is pretty much even. He's going for fighter and gunship fabrication, but happy for me, I've already got a missile ship on the field. I'm ready for that one. And now I would like to extract my base run. I'm just healing it up here just a little bit using its ability right here. Which doesn't do much, but it does a little bit. Gonna also see if I can maybe cut off these AAVs right here. Oh, I gotta push this. Yes, yes, yes. Armor 3 on the way now for me, so these things pretty tough for AAVs to kill. It takes them a long time. This AAV in a very nice position though, and I'm really not prepared to cover this flank either. 10th wave chooses to push right here. He'll have a pretty nice time. Armor 3 now finished on my railguns. 10th wave going for early power reserves. He's also going for fighter and gunship fabrication, like I said earlier. It's going to finish in about the same time. Let's see, and now I'm upgrading my sand skimmers as well. I've got 1 missile ship out, just 1. I think that'll be enough, though, to cover these railguns. If it's in this position, for example, it covers basically all of them from air. Yep, sand skimmer armor is finished. I'm getting about ready to besiege this turret and then push in. And I do want to get this extraction through with my base runner. Whole bunch of railguns just gonna smash in here. Not gonna lose an assault railgun either, that's always very nice. Actually, this AV called back to help respond. I really think it ought to have pushed out there. I think it had more potential in that regard. But it gets taken out by these assault railguns. So now the whole army kind of moving out together there, although these heavy railguns are very much alone. That's not really the best move, but that's alright. We see the enemy railguns here. But they do not manage to get a shot off on my assault railguns there. He does not have vision on them, which is nice for me. I want to push in with these sand skimmers and get damage on those railguns, but it's a little tricky. I'm not going to be able to get too much just yet. Strike fighters are in the air, and they could actually get some nice pickups on these railguns here. They could go for production cruiser snipe, actually, because I think 5 is enough for that. Does he have 6, though? Yeah, he's got 6. So he could go for production cruiser snipe, which would be pretty nice. I definitely want to just go ahead and extract this artifact now. My heavy railgun count beginning to get quite large, and I think as far as the armies are concerned, my army definitely beats him. I should really just click over here and I'll basically have the game. But I'm playing a bit more passive because I couldn't know that, of course. Salvager's going to get taken out here, as well as the production cruiser probably ought to fall, I think. Again, you can see how much anti-air production cruisers really have. This area here probably going to go down. But I think the production cruiser should fall. And I should really cancel this unit here. How wasteful! So I didn't cancel the unit there, which is bad because that means that I didn't get the resource back for it. And missile ships are very expensive. That's a unit that you would want to cancel. LAV is going to run in here, see what damage they can do, but they are unupgraded, and these assault railguns have 3 armor, so you can see how long it's taken them to kill even just one of them. Quite a long time. I'm not sure if they're even going to get 1 kill right here, to be honest. Heavy railguns are in the area doing their work. Actually, they did kind of get repulsed right there, which is pretty interesting, by an inferior number of railguns from my opponent. Without mag accelerator even, or he does have all 3 of the armor upgrades for them though. But that I believe happened because my railguns were attacking his AAVs at first. But I'm still fine with that fight right there. Just gonna come over here and bully his base runner to death. And meanwhile, I've got a whole bunch of assault railguns ready to push in and do some work in close range. And they would be very effective in that job, make no mistake. Close range assault railguns are pretty nasty. 4 missile ships out on the field for me now, and they're getting into a nice spread here to just kind of stop air units from moving into any particular part of the map. Sand skimmers are all up on top of these guys. No AVs to cover, and my railguns are also getting involved into the fight now, which should be pretty darn good. You usually don't see railguns fight at this range, but it looks kind of funny. It's like taking a sniper rifle and like hip shooting at someone 2 feet away from you. His carrier is quite powered up, but that shouldn't matter too much. Assault railguns are good for anti-strike craft, heavy railguns are good for anti-railgun and anti-armor, and I should be just fine here, really. His air unit's pretty much nullified by the fact that these missile ships are here, and look at the barrage there coming on this railgun right here as well. It's nasty. At this point, 10th Wave going to push out with his carrier, try and get some more map control. But he can't really push out too far. I do have my heavy railguns here in position. They would do quite a lot of damage there. Only thing I'm really worried about is a cruise missile. At this point, that would be pretty devastating. Railgun's now getting shot at by this carrier, but actually 10th Wave at this point is going to decide to GG out of the game. And I do have a pretty nasty backstab coming in here, by the way. That would have been pretty fun, but unfortunately not going to be able to pop that one on him. Not only is he going to GG out of this game, but he decides that he really can't win this series, and he just goes ahead and forfeits. And so we only have a map 1 from this series here. And that means that we know who the finalists for the tournament are going to be. It will be It will be Descara and myself. And I was pretty happy with that one, honestly, because I didn't want to play against Garmlater. I thought he'd be pretty hard, so I was pretty excited that Descara managed to win that fight there. He is going to be my competitor for the finals. If Garmlater had performed better in the qualifier, he probably would have played me sooner. So I'm actually pretty happy about that. But yeah, I will catch you guys for the finals tomorrow, but for now, I'm really tired. I'm also wearing a suit, by the way. It's always a good day when you're wearing a suit.